have a new teacher joining
Yo,
us today.
so,
Hi,
my god,
my
I
name's
forgot what I was gonna say. So,
Mr. Parker,
I was gonna make this
and we are all
into a
very lucky today
super long
because this is a
video
physics class, and physics is awesome.
until I realized I couldn't. So, this is gonna be split into multiple parts, like an episode.
How some insects
Um,
and,
so far, all the episodes seem to be around 23 minutes long. But,
surface.
also,
Bathroom?
I'll probably say this in a later video, but I forgot and I accidentally deleted
Surface
the
tension is all about
um
cohesion.
I accidentally deleted the Venom gameplay, so yeah,
Can be calculated.
that's my bad.
Force exerted parallel to the surface of a liquid.
But I'm doing this because
F
on October 20th
length L.
is when I should have the last video out.
Can
But
anybody-
on October 20th is of last year is when Spider-Man 2 came out. And
Mr. Morales?
as you know, a 1 year anniversary, I wanted to make a whole one big like hour long YouTube video,
Okay.
but
Read chapter
as I just said, I couldn't. So it's gonna be a little series, and really, I didn't include much of me fighting all like the goons and all the traveling. It's really just cutscenes and fighting big bosses. But for Sandman, I decided not to include it all. So yeah. But real quick, while we wait, for me to do my actual commentary and narration. By the way, awesome screenshot right there. As you see, I didn't include anything really. But, oh yeah, and for your sake, no MJ missions. But,
Still angry after all these years, Marco?
oh yeah. So, while we wait a little bit, I don't know how Spider-Man doesn't have back problems. Okay, as you saw. But while we wait, in 1960, well, on August 15th, if I'm not mistaken, let me look up real quick.
Spider-Man! Think you can sign for this delivery? It's coming in hot. I'm there.
Alright, so Spider-Man was first introduced in August of 1962 in comic book issue number 15 of Amazing Fantasy, or Amazing Fantasy number 15. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's this year or next year
I always hated that name.
when this was posted.
I know you're angry at me.
This has nothing to do with you. Leave me alone.
But Spider-Man is probably one of the most popular superhero in the world. And you don't even have to like Peter Parker. You can like people like Miles Morales or Spider-Gwen or Silk. Whole bunch of people you could like. But yes. Also, Spider-Man has his own day, so that's cool. And of course, the GOAT, Stan Lee, made this. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. But, yes. As I am also doing the commentary for the videos, I will also be, kind of like rating it and judging it after a whole year of the game being out. I would also like to point out that this is not my first time playing. This is actually my 4th time. Cause I bought that shit. I didn't even buy it when it came out. I pre-ordered this game. And then I played that 2 times. I played it the first time you know, as my main thing. And just for like continuity and stuff, because, you know, canon, Spider-Verse reference, but, you know, because of continuity and the canon and all that, my very first playthrough, I like to play with just the base suits, so like Advanced 2.0 and Upgraded suit. But that was my very first game, that was my very first playthrough. My second playthrough, this is actually when they didn't include New Game Plus, so I was just playing this, you know, I didn't have any other gadgets, I didn't have any other suits or any other upgrades, so I just, it was that good. And then finally New Game Plus came around, and so I played it again that time. Bear with me, it's 9 o'clock. But then I played when New Game Plus came out, and compared to the first 2 times I played it, it was so much easier. I also play on the hardest difficulty. So because of the first playthrough, it's on Spectacular instead of Ultimate, because I haven't unlocked Ultimate yet. But around this Craven part, I speed it up because I didn't want to, when I was thinking of putting it all together, I didn't want to make it super long, like nearly 2 hours. So my plan was to just speed up parts that I wanted in there, but I didn't really. But I just kept it sped up, even though, yeah. But I think this is why, so far, it's also the shortest episode. But I think I got all the stuff that I wanted to get down. When I went over Spider-Man and, oh yeah, I went over Spider-Man's past. I went over the game. Oh, I didn't go over this. So, because the 1-year anniversary of Spider-Man 2, and me doing this video project, the thing is that by rating it, like after the game came out, I saw a whole bunch of people on YouTube rate the game and rate their favorite like boss fights and suits and all that. But here you can see a little montage of everything I was doing in the little flashback scenes. But I'm gonna rate it between both Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales of how much I like it. I'm going to rate every boss, my favorite boss, my least favorite boss. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of stuff like that. So, like the Craven boss fight, I'll rate it on a scale 1 through 10. Alright. Now, if it's a 1, that means it was unbearably bad, and I didn't want to play it. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think any of these boss fights are getting under a 5. I think it's gonna be 5 minimum. Okay, but you can also imagine it as like S through F tier. Again, don't think any of the boss fights will get F tier. But as you just saw, we got done with Sandman, and the flashback scene and all that. We got to Miles trying to do his college essay. After, of course, we saw Craven go to New York. But got to Miles trying to do his college essay, trying not to write that he's Spider-Man. When all of a sudden, Peter starts to call. All Peter's asking for is a little quick babysitting mission, making sure that they get Scorpion transported off the raft, you know. Here, this doesn't really matter. Miles loses his mask. His mom puts it up there, saying stop leaving this in the bathroom. Sees a picture of his dad, and then his mom starts walking in and starts to talk. But yeah. Just in case though, let me recap to make sure I'm not missing any information.
Going?
So we got
Gonna head out though.
the...
We're just
It's better.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, really just going to be rating it through the other Insomniac Spider-Man games. Going to be rating it through boss fights. I'm not going to do suits. But because I didn't want people, you know, I decided to change the suits every so often. But my very first playthrough, I was focused on like suits and stuff, so I really wasn't getting like health upgrades or damage upgrades. I had to fight Venom with like 110 health, and it wasn't fun. So if I'm not wearing a whole bunch of suits, it's because I'm really prioritizing like health and damage and focus. I think it's either this video or the second video where you see me purchase a whole bunch of, I think it's the next video, but you see me purchase a whole bunch of traversal upgrades. That's just because I'm so used to swinging and doing everything like that. But after that, Miles gets ready to go to the raft with Peter. And around here? Yeah, then right here's where I cut it. Miles gets to raft with Peter.
looks like I'm just in time.
And they are starting to bring Scorpion out. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Scorpion's a bitch. No. Just he thinks he's all that. He's not.
Keep it moving, Gargan.
But yeah. Nothing much. They're really just sitting here. Scorpion's scaring the guards. And honestly,
Ready for the next one. Next one.
oh, sorry. Honestly, what are guns gonna do to Scorpion's armor? Then we see that they're bringing out Martin Lee. That wasn't on the plan. That was not on the schedule. They didn't know this. Also, real quick, would love to say I absolutely loved the new designs for the suits in this game. I honestly thought that the advanced suit was pretty good. The one thing though, I didn't like how it wasn't super red. It was more of an orange red. This, amazing. Miles' suit didn't really get much of a difference. Except for it's a little bit blacker. Actually, no, scratch that, a lot blacker. And honestly, I kind of fuck with the arm designs, okay? Like, if you give me a hoodie or something and it has an arm design on it, I'm gonna probably like the hoodie, you know. But then fireworks start going off, and they are wondering what it is. So they get up on the raft to make sure nothing, not the raft, the boats, to make sure nothing's happening. And sorry, yawn.
Make sure the prisoners are secure.
Oh my god, I really need to start doing these either in the middle of the day or early in the morning again. So late at night's not the play. But yes, then we see these hovercrafts and boats all come in. And Peter and Miles are trying to help and get everybody to safety. Like, you know, Spider-Man would do. We don't need Superman. I'll accept Batman, but we don't need Superman. But no. Then, lady starts walking in like she's hot shit. I'm gonna be real. The only way she could break those is if she was superhuman. And I don't think they're superhuman. So yeah. After a whole big fight scenario. Not scenario, a whole big fight thing. We cut to Miles letting Martin Lee live. Not live. Go with Craven. So he could be Spider-Man and save people. And so yeah. Punches motor off of a boat, and Miles in this part is in that fist bump scene. Was pretty upset. Miles also saw his uncle, by the way, as you saw. Miles was pretty upset, and so yeah. But Pete was, lifting him up. Miles then tells Pete, Pete goes to EMF, and then Miles tells Pete that they have a lead on the Hunter dudes. And of course, littering helps Spider-Man out. But littering is not good. So yeah. And surprisingly, the lead was white. But I had to get a vent scene in. Also, after that litter scene thing, we find Kraven. We find a hideout where we do our first stealth section. So yeah, and then we see Kraven, and the game's been out for a year. You already know Kraven and Scorpion. But Pete goes on the computer and sees this video of Kraven, and we see an open cage. We see poison. We see sand moving. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how that 6'4" man in a ginormous tech suit that's probably a lot with poison tracks, as you can see. I don't know how he is hiding in the sand. Kraven is standing on top of that. Oh, and don't worry. I'll mention Kraven in a video too, okay? He's not getting off scot-free either. But we then see Scorpion pop out of the sand, stab Kraven. We're like, oh my god, he stabbed Kraven. What's gonna happen? Because we know in the first game, Pete was off of it, but Kraven just snaps off the end of his tail. And seeing Guardian scared like that baffles me. Alright? But then Kraven's asking, why? Is this all you have to... Here, sorry. Let me do my best Kraven impression. This is what you bring me. This is all you can do? Disappointment. I wanted a hunt. Yeah. That's it. Then kills Scorpion. Then Pete figures out that Kraven's not recruiting him to his team, and they're his prey. So yeah. And honestly, he took that poison like a dog. Then Peter finds out that he's going after Felicia, and in the next video, we'll cover that. All right. So yeah. Thanks.